Hello, my wonderful people. Welcome to another review of the book Mirroring the Future of Your Child. Today's review focuses on Chapter 6 Obedience or Fear. Two factors determine the compliance of every child to a given expectation. The first one is fear-based compliance, and the second is obedience-based compliance. Fear-based compliance is the compliance a child does based on fear of punishment, rejection, or discomfort. He or she does that just to avoid any of this: punishment, rejection, or discomfort. Fear-based compliance is also a compliance done as a result of focusing on external consequences as against internal values. The implication of this is that whatever motivates their compliance is environmental determined. This is the reason why some children behave abnormally once they are outside that environment or out of the watch of their parents. Fear-based compliance is also a compliance that is void of conviction and void of understanding. Then what about obedience-based compliance? This is only but the flip side of fear-based compliance discussed earlier. Obedience-based compliance is as a result of understanding the reason for undertaking a given task. A child sees the reason for a task and he or she goes for it. This kind of compliance is motivated by internalizing values and respect to parents. Obedience-based compliance focuses on personal responsibility, accountability, and growth. The child here is made to see that handling tasks is a mark of growth and is a sign of being responsible. The child comes to a point where he or she understands that he is under an authority and therefore accountable to them. Obedience-based compliance fosters critical thinking, problem solving, and autonomy. The child don't see work as something tedious. He approaches every task joyfully and enthusiastically. This kind of compliance strengthens relationship between parent and the child. Such kind of relationship is built on trust, respect, and open communication. Trust in the sense that the child understands that he or she can do the work and can see the sign on the parent's face. Open communication in the sense that there is a communication prior to the task to be done. It is clear that the type of compliance that every parent will want his child to imbibe is actually obedience-based compliance. Then how do we achieve this? Number one, explain why. Children need to know the why of every action. They need to know the why for everything they are to embark on. Number two, set clear expectations. Tell them what you want the task to accomplish. Number three, use positive language. Focus on what you want instead of what you don't want. Number four, encourage autonomy. You are not raising a robot. As such, give the child the freedom to make choices under your guide. Number five, model behavior. The first teacher and the greatest teacher of every child is a parent. Every behavior you expect of your child needs to be first and foremost demonstrated by you. Number six, praise effort and progress, irrespective of the outcome. Whether the outcome is what you expect or not, at least praise every effort made and praise every progress made. Build trust. Let the child know that he or she can be trusted. Then show empathy and understanding. Remember, he or she is but a child, not an adult as you are. As such, be understanding. Let's look at a practical instance where this can be applicable. Let's assume that your child don't like doing homework. And as a parent, how do you bring your child to a point where he or she sees the need for doing homework and does it without being forced all the time? This is how it goes. Explain the reason why homework should be done. Tell the child that homework helps us to learn what has been taught and get us prepared for the lesson the next day. Then the next one is set a clear expectation on what you expect the child to do as regards his or her homework. Tell the child that you need his or her homework to be done daily. Encourage autonomy. Allow the child to choose which of the homework he or she wants to do first. And you could also ask leading questions as when the child will want to do his homework. Use positive language. For instance, you could tell the child, I love it when you get your homework done. That's great of you. Model behavior. Children learn from their parents. As such, demonstrate to the child the value of attending to a work as soon as it should be. This can be seen in your day-to-day routine. Then finally on this, praise every effort. Don't bother whether the homework has been properly done or not. But as long as the child has made an attempt, such an effort is worth praising. Concluding on this review, I want to stress the fact that God desires every child to obey his parents. Ephesians 6:1 says, children, obey your parents. It didn't say children, fear your parents. This is right. They are to honor their father and their mother. The scripture actually speaks against parents provoking their children to anger. And this provocation comes when a parent don't encourage obedience-based compliance. Take your parenting job seriously. It is a job, and it is the best job ever, and it pays. Its pay is actually wholesome. Let's build a generation where value supersedes temporal pleasures. We can achieve this if we all together focus on helping our children learn obedience-based compliance. Thank you for listening, and hope to have you here again for the next review. God bless you.